In this episode, you're going to learn why I think every resident should get a haircut regularly. Welcome back to another episode where I help younger physicians decrease stress and increase income by transitioning from corporate to independent practices, even without any business experience. In this episode, you're going to learn at least 3 things. The importance of being honest when you make a mistake, because mistakes will happen in residency. The importance of also staying connected and how it minimizes stress. And the number one thing that I did in residency to help decrease my stress, especially in long shifts. So welcome to another episode of the Independent Physician's Blueprint, where we help you decrease your stress and generate wealth in this crazy world we're living in. And this week's episode is on stress management in residency. I know that there's a lot of residents that just started their residency training after medical school. Kudos to you guys who are in the trenches learning about medicine. Far removed from those times, but I do remember some of the things that I did to decrease my stress, and I wanted to share 7 tips to survive residency training. And the first one is get rest. And I know it's going to be hard. Sometimes your shifts are long, and sometimes you just want to do other things after you leave work. But I strongly recommend get some rest, even when you're on call, even when you're seeing patients. I remember, working 36-hour shifts, and we'd go 36 hours or every third night call in internal medicine. And I know things have changed in terms of hours being worked, but one thing I always remembered is that I could not function in morning rounds if I didn't get at least an hour of sleep. So I recommend, even in long shifts, get a buddy, have someone cover for you for an hour, and just take a nap. It's okay to take a nap, and you're not going to be weak if you take a nap, because you want to be alert for those attending rounds in the morning, and they're gonna come, and you've got to be awake and alert and ready to answer questions about your patients. So number 2, stay connected. Don't isolate yourself. That's one of the things that can easily happen when you're working long hours and you are stressed with having to learn so many new things in the hospital. I recommend that you call a friend during a shift, maybe during lunchtime, maybe when you have 5 minutes, connect with someone. I used to connect with some family members on a daily basis. And even today in my commute, I try to connect with at least 1 or 2 of my family members, particularly my aunt, who has been really instrumental in decreasing my stress. So find that one person that can help decrease your stress, and call them during a shift. Number 3, learn your temperament. And by this time, you should know that I'm big on temperaments. We had 2 episodes back to back a couple weeks ago, episodes 116 and 117, where we teach you how to learn your temperament, to learn what makes you tick, how you react when you're under stress, how you react, what's your baseline. And your baseline, it's not personality, but it's your temperament. It's how you were born. And for me, I'm a choleric and I'm a red. And so some of my weaknesses are in stress is that I can be bossy. Sometimes I can become impatient as well, quick-tempered. I can't relax. I'm always wanting to do something. And sometimes I think I know everything also. And I think that's similar to a lot of type A personalities in medicine. So I certainly think that in order for you to be able to powerfully care for your patients, you kind of have to know who you are and how to deal with yourself before you can deal with the other patients. And so that's what I would do. I would learn the temperaments, go to episode 116, 117, know who you are. And number 4, know that you're going to make a mistake. So no one's perfect. But the biggest thing that you need to do when you do make a mistake is to be honest and learn from those mistakes. Be curious as to why it happened. I had a patient recently come to our office after she was in the hospital and was told by the hospital that she had a aortic dissection. It was a stable dissection, and we had been following it in the office, but she was upset that we in the office didn't call her and tell her, at least me, the provider, because I'm ultimately responsible. And it was a breakdown in our communication systems where if we have an abnormal exam or test, we should, and we always call patients back with those tests. But in this case, we didn't call her back, and she was not happy. She had to find out from another colleague of mine in the hospital. So she came at us, and we listened. We communicated what the mistake was, and she was happy. Actually, I saw her today, and she's still a little stressed out about the diagnosis, but it was not an emergent diagnosis because it had been stable. And just understand that we're not perfect. And when you communicate well and you can communicate those mistakes, you're less likely to get sued. And that's something that I know everyone is afraid of in residency. And we want to decrease your chances of being sued by resting, taking care of yourself. And one of the things I do, and that's number 5, is I meditate and I practice mindful exercises. Some people, have different faiths and may not think that meditation is okay. And I say then get a prayer app. There's a new app that I looked up and I've been using recently, and it's a Hallow app that gives you prayers that you can do to meditate. And what I do sometimes is, before I get on a podcast, before I do something in the office, if I know that I'm really tired in the office, I'll take 5 minutes out of the day. It only takes 5 minutes. Take some deep breaths. Reset your mind. Give your brain a break. And so that's a Hallow app. You can do that. You can download it on your phone. You don't have to pay for it. Some of the prayers or the meditation are free. But there's another free website, and this one you kind of have to get over the accent. But fragrantheart.com. Fragrantheart.com is an app that gives you different guided meditations on stress relief, on sleep, on pain. There's a whole bunch of them, and it's free. So if you go to fragrantheart.com, scroll down, look for guided meditations, and you can take a 5, 10, 15-minute break during your day. Tremendously helpful, at least in my life, in kind of resetting my brain. And number 6, this one's a fun one. Get a haircut. Okay, yeah. What do you mean by get a haircut? Well, I used to do my own hair, and it was crazy. Even in medical school, it's not like I didn't have the money to go pay for a $20 haircut, but I always felt like I didn't have the time, or taking that time to schedule a haircut and go somewhere and sit down and kind of take care of myself wasn't as important as studying or taking care of patients. So I never got a haircut. And it wasn't until about 5, 10 years ago, I actually have a barber that I liked, and I'd get a haircut. And then he would tell me, "Hey, Jude, why are you waiting a month and a half to get a haircut? Maybe you should schedule your haircuts so that I don't have to wait." So I get a regular haircut every 2 weeks. And it's not only good for self-care because, you kind of have to look decent when you're seeing patients, because patients notice these things. And if your hair is long and you're not kept well, patients will talk about you. So I suggest that you get a haircut, get your nails done, do something for yourself on a regular basis. That's what I'm pretty much getting at. Don't neglect yourself. Use a haircut as a way of taking care of yourself, spending an hour for yourself once a month, once every 2 weeks, whatever it is. But that's something that I think is really important in self-care and decreasing your stress, and something simple to do. And number 7, the last thing I think we should all do is stay physically active. We tell our patients all the time that they should walk. Maybe in college or in medical school, you played some sports. And then you get into residency and you don't have time to do anything. But find time, wake up a half an hour early, take a walk, do some calisthenic exercises. There's an app called Better Me and by the way, I'm not getting paid for any of these apps that I'm recommending, or the websites, but Better Me is a great app. You do have to pay for it. But it gives you some quick calisthenic exercises that you can do in 15 minutes, play a sport. I try to play soccer at least twice a week. Wednesdays and Saturdays are soccer days. And I got a group of guys that we play with for the past 15 years. I've been playing with them, and it's a way of socializing. It's a way of talking smack. It's a way of it's somewhat like therapy. It's a free therapy when we play soccer together. So definitely stay physically active and just set aside a time to do that, because that's what's going to help you decrease your stress in residency, because it is not going to be easy. First year is tough. First month is tough. First 3 months is tough. So you got to do these things. So get some rest, even if it's an hour in a shift. Just get some rest during those long hour shifts. Stay connected. Don't isolate yourself. Learn your temperament, so you know what and how you react when you are stressed. And know that you're going to make a mistake, but the more you take care of yourself, the less mistakes you'll make. Number 5, meditate or practice some type of mindfulness, prayer, deep breathing exercises, something. Get a haircut. Number 6 and number 7, stay physically active, because that's what's going to get you to be the strongest and the best version of yourself. So hope you like this episode. And if you do, share it, like it, subscribe to this podcast. We'd love to hear what you think. And if you have an idea of another episode, shoot me a text. We can do that now on the app. And we'll see you next week.